All right. Good morning, everybody. We are here for another episode of ElChuppacabra's Destruction World. I'm going to show you guys this one today because James has a snow day, so I didn't want to make him get up at 6 o'clock and make a video. So that video is not going to be around today, but I'm going to make one. So, as you guys probably remember, this is a total destruction world, and so that means it's an old size map. I'm going to be destroying everything within the old 256 by 256 by 256 map. It started off as a what do they call that? Extreme hills biome. So there were a lot of tall mountains on the surface. I'm going to run around real quick and show you guys this bottom layer. It's all totally destroyed. And there's like a ton of slimes down here. It's kind of cool. So I have a lot of slime blocks. I'll show you how many when I get done. But it's kind of cool because I thought of a project I want to do with all this slime. Once the destruction gets a little closer to being done, the destruction itself. So we'll take a run around here, kill some slimes. So as you can see, when I first started doing this destruction, I kind of went overboard on the torches, you know, because when you're down here destroying things, you don't want to have to worry about a bunch of slimes spawning in, or not a bunch of slimes, but a lot of hostile mobs like zombies and skeletons and stuff. You just want to kind of get down here and work and have fun and not have to worry so much about death, which is easy if you know, the only thing you need to worry about is slimes. So every 5 rows, when I was first doing this destruction, I was putting torches on every block, every 5 rows. Then that got to be too tedious, and I thought of a cooler thing to do. So as you can see in here, I don't have any torches left. Oh, another slime. But if you notice the ceiling, what I've done with the lighting instead is between as I'm going up, I'm mining 2 rows at a time. So every 3rd row, like this one. So I mined this one, and now the 3rd row is going to be all glass with glowstone that I'm collecting from the nether, obviously. Every 5th block on the horizontal, or on the diagonal. Every 10th block in a straight line. So what that does is that gives you enough light where mobs aren't going to spawn. You don't have to worry about skeletons, spiders, zombies, creepers. So I just thought that would give it good look. And the texture pack I'm in the vanilla BD Craft texture pack, because I really like the BD Craft texture pack, but it was a little too I don't know, the first one that came out was a little too fancy, I guess. That I didn't really think that looked good for a big project like this, but this vanilla texture pack they came out with I think is really nice, especially since the glass is mostly see-through and it doesn't have all the little marks on it like the original classic texture pack for Minecraft. And here's something, since I need so much glass down here, here's something I set up there's a hole on the surface above that hopper right there, and it's right next to another portal which has a path to my desert. So what I do is I go through the nether and head over to my desert and collect the inventory full of sand, and I come back and I throw it down the hole, and it goes through the hoppers into the chest, and then through those hoppers into the furnaces, and then into this chest, and then into this chest. And it's cool too because I could also use that to I plant the giant spruce trees that you normally find in a mega taiga, the ones that are 2x2 blocks and however tall, 20, 30, 40 blocks, and I throw them all down the hole, and they just automatically smelt and come out down here. So as you can see, bunch of glass, bunch of charcoal. Oh, and this is going up. I've got charcoal in it right now. Oh yeah, because the furnace is on. Have a bunch of coal in there, or a bunch of wood in there right now, getting turned into charcoal. And then what I do with the charcoal is I just put it in these two hoppers on the side to use as fuel. So in case you didn't know how hoppers work exactly, if you connect the hopper to the sides like this, it's going to load your fuel for your furnace. So this is all full of coal, and you know what, I'll go ahead and break this. So if you look in there, there's a whole bunch of charcoal. If you look on that one, it's the same thing. That chest up there is now empty because everything is in these hoppers, this hopper and the other hopper. So that means the input is no longer has anything coming in. So whatever is in those hoppers is the last of what's going through the furnaces. So that's how that works. And I just leave this stuff here so that I can AFK and smelt some. If I need to, I can smelt AFK when I'm closed in by sand and it's safe to get some things to smelt through here. Because like anything in Minecraft, if you're too far away from this contraption, like if you're I don't know what the exact range is, but if you're more than, I think two maybe 3 chunks away, or maybe it's a certain number of blocks, then it won't smelt. So sometimes I need an AFK to get some of this stuff packed through here, because I think each one of these, everything that goes through a furnace, I think takes 5 seconds to smelt. So I mean, if you're talking 64 items in a stack, that's 320 seconds, which is over 5 minutes. So it takes a long time to smelt this stuff. I've been looking for a better thing to build that would give me better results, but I'm not that good with redstone, and all of the contraptions I seem to find that work really well for a lot of furnaces and chests and hoppers and everything else with a lot of input require redstone. So if you're good with redstone, like I know one of our particular viewers is, then feel free to let me know if you have any suggestions for me, and I'll see what I can do. But I would really like to build something new if anybody has anything that would be useful for me. So let me know. You'll also notice I've got 4 lines here, diagonal lines: redstone, 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 and lapis. And that's just because this is such a big area. You know, when you're in the middle, you can't really see the corners. I mean, you can see them, I guess, but you can't see the details about them. So when you're over here in the middle working, you really have no idea which corner is the one with my stairs and my my enchanting table and my chests of tools and that kind of stuff. So that is, those redstone and lapis blocks are just there so that I don't get lost. So when you're in the middle, you know, you don't need to run around all the corners to figure out which way you need to go. You can just look for the blue path, and you know that takes you to the corner that you need to go to. So that's all that is. Anyway, this whole row is mined out, and this is what the lighting is going to look like. I'm pretty happy with it. The next floor is going to be all glass. And actually I've got a place up there that's dark enough that it spawns bad guys. I don't know exactly where it is, but there's one of these places here that's really big. It's just got like one spot that's too dark, and it lets bad. I think it's in there. So every now and then I hear a spider running around. But the next floor is going to be all glass. And then the floor after that is going to be like this one, where it's glass and glowstone. So, because I think it would be overkill and a whole lot of work to have glowstone like this on every level. I mean, it's going to be enough work to mine enough glowstone to have it on every other level. Because if you think 3 levels per layer of glowstone, starting at level 5, and the surface is at approximately 64, so that's about 60 levels. I'm going to have about 20 glass floors, so I'll have 10 floors that require glowstone. Ooh, so that's going to be a lot. Wow, look at all the slimes. Alright, let me go kill them. I'll take you up to the surface and I'll show you how I'm doing up there. Alright, let's go over here. So I have 75, basically a 65 by 65 area in here that's all, I guess 55 by 55 area that's all covered in glowstone and glass. And then I've started working farther out in some areas, but I've got all the glowstone in place now. There's just some areas are still stone, and I need to mine those up and get them replaced with glass. So here's my tool chest. Oh yeah, check this out. This is my mob head collection, because if you're not aware, in order to get one of these, you need to have a supercharged creeper blow up another mob, and then you get mob head. I don't know if it's 100% drop, or if there's just a chance of dropping a mob head, but I've gotten 2 zombie heads, a skeleton head, and a creeper head, and I don't know what it is about these zombie heads, but I just love them in this texture pack. To me, it kind of looks like an alien. It looks pretty cool. Anyway, here's my slime balls. Just a few of those. I have the 9 across times 4 is 36 minus 1.5, so I have about 34.5 stacks of slime blocks. And I have something in mind that I'm not going to share with everybody yet, what I'm going to do with those. So you'll see eventually. Food, I'm using fish. You'll be able to tell why. Let's go. Here's all the torches that I've been picking up as I'm going. These are all from the middle area where I have all the glass and glowstone in place. I don't need the torches anymore. Let's see what we have. Oh yeah, that's the one I've been using a lot. Unbreaking 3, Efficiency 3, and Silk Touch. What's this one? Fortune 3, Efficiency 4. That one will be a fast one. And Unbreaking 3, Efficiency 4, and Fortune. So this is the one I've been saving to use when I have, when I find diamonds or emeralds or something when I'm mining. In here, here's my trident. It's kind of amazing. Unbreaking 1, Channeling 1, and Loyalty 3. So loyalty means it comes back to you when you throw it. Channeling is what, when you use this during a thunderstorm, channeling is what causes thunder or lightning. So whenever you throw it and it's thunder and lightning out, it channels the lightning to wherever you throw your trident. So when you throw it at a creeper, then it hits it with lightning and makes a super creeper, a supercharged creeper, whatever they're called. So that's what that's all about. Unbreaking 3. I don't know what I grabbed that for. I don't know. I don't need that for anything right now. I'll just take this one. I don't even know what I'm going to use that for, but in case I need it, I guess. So we'll go to the surface and we'll show you some stuff that's going on up there. Oh, and you probably noticed I have my chests all the way around the edge of my world. Just because I thought that would be a neat touch. I try to keep as much of my items as I can. My stone and dirt and the loot drops and all that stuff. So that's what that's all about. And I do the same thing up here. So the torches in front, like this, is how I keep track of which ones are full. And I try, so each chest, except for a few, like the ones with the mob drops and stuff on it, those are kind of mixed up, but everything else pretty much is filled with only one item, like all cobblestone, all granite, all dirt, etc., etc. See, this one isn't full, so it doesn't have the torches in front of it. So, so this used to be a river, and used to be, I mean, there used to be mountains all around this thing. I mean, I have videos going not to the beginning of this world, but a long ways back. So if you want to see the mountains that I dealt with, then you can. But right now, everything inside this world, inside the old world map, is down to ground zero. So it's down to level 63, where the water is in the world. Some of it, like most areas of water, almost all of the areas of water have been destroyed. I think it's cool having the exposed clay on the surface. I think that looks really neat. As you can tell from the color of the grass and all the clay that's here, this used to be a swamp. Well, probably is still considered a swamp, but you just can't tell. Oh, where's that at? Dude. Dude. What's going on here? What's that? Man, hopefully you guys could hear that. It's a loud drown. So all this used to be water, all the way over to that corner. All of this. All through here. And this I destroyed all with sand. You know, dropping it down, digging it up, dropping it down, digging it up. All the way over to here. This used to be water. As you can tell, since the sand is still here, this is one of the last places I destroyed the water with the sand, because the sand is still sitting here. Over there is more water. There's some sand left where I killed that. Here, interesting story. something I'm doing with my world is these are where there were waterfalls on the sides of the mountains that I had to destroy, and I kind of thought it would be neat to keep those. So my plan is to eventually, when all my destruction is done underground, these are going to be dug all the way down to the bottom of the world. So there's just going to be these columns of water. There's these 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like 8. I don't think there's any more over there. I think by where I spawned, which is over there, that's where I came out up the stairs from underground. I don't think there were any like super tall waterfall or mountains over there, so I don't think there was any waterfalls. I think everything was here. But yeah, I thought that would be a neat idea with those, to have them to keep the water. But obviously, instead of a waterfall now, it's just it's just going to be like a straight tube of water going down in the ground. And then this water, oh gosh, this is going to take a long time. This is my last area of water that I need to mine, or that I need to use sand to kill. I mean, look how deep this is. This is so deep. Oh, it's gonna take so long. Oh, and look at all the drowns. Jeez. So I'll get out of there. Oh, breathe. Okay. So over here is where I'm starting. This is where I'm working on killing this water to start with right now. So this is the biggest part that I've done. This all used to be water in here. And actually, up until a month or so ago, this was still filled with sand, but this has been what I've been working on lately, for the most part, since I got all of the destruction completed of the blocks above sea level. So this is so much work. So much work. See how deep that is? Oh, it's crazy. Anyway, that's what all that is. It's gonna be nighttime. Let me sleep over here real quick, and then before the end of the video, I'll take you through the nether and go show you my the desert where I get all my sand at, and I'll just end the episode over there. So here's the nether. Here's a bunch of the stuff that I've gathered from the nether when I've been looking for glowstone. As you probably know, nether quartz is a real good way to get levels and earn a lot of XP. In fact, I think it's the best way to earn XP. So I've done a fair bit of digging in here, down all these different ways from here, to find nether quartz and glowstone. And just for the record, see, I made my nether portal at 0, and I would highly suggest that to anybody like me who tends to get lost in places like this. It makes it really easy to find your way home, as do torches and stone paths and that kind of stuff. But highly suggest 0 for your nether portal. Alright, so here's my path I have running through the desert, or running to my desert. Eventually I'm going to have a minecart here, I just haven't put it in yet. I've got plenty of iron and gold to make the rails with, I just haven't yet for some reason, I don't know why. So for now I run. It's not that far. It is in the overworld, but it's not in here. Oh, I could kill you right now. I don't want to make all of your brethren hate me though, so I won't. So the nether portal to the desert is right through here. Not that far, as you can see. It's like, what, just under 100 blocks on the x-axis and almost exactly 250 on the z-axis. So that means in the overworld, because this is 1/8 the size of the overworld, that means it's just under 800 blocks on the x-axis and about 2,000 blocks on the z-axis. So it's really helpful to have this path in the nether so that I don't actually have to travel that length in the overworld. Yeah, so you see how the coordinates here are 750 and almost 2,000, almost 750 and almost 2,000. So it saves quite a bit of time. I mean, it would take forever. Really, the only way to get from my world to here anyway is by boat, because it's that way, and it's over water almost the whole way, and it drives me kind of nuts. Oh, what happened to my... I just saw some things over here. Some... what are those called? Husks. So anyway, this is my desert. It's kind of nice because it's got a big wide desert, and when I need... it's kind of cool. So when I come here and I need sand, well, all I do is I just come here and I go la la. Actually, I can run with it. What does my shovel have on it? Unbreaking 3. So I can, I think, run, and I can keep up with it until I run into something that's not sand. Because I'm getting down far enough here, you guys have probably seen some sandstone as I've gone by. Or when the bunny messes me up. Thanks for your meat. And your XP. Ooh. Eat. Okay, so just a note, unlike in real life, fish isn't a real good source of food, just because it doesn't give you that much saturation, meaning you get hungry faster. Obviously the best meats to eat are steak and best meats to eat in Minecraft are steak and pork. After that is the chicken and mutton. Chicken and mutton only give you 3 ham bones worth of health. The steak and pork give you 4, but they also give you better saturation, so they keep you satisfied longer before you start losing your ham bones again and need to eat. But like I said, yeah, fish isn't that good. You need to eat again pretty quick when you do that. I'm just doing an outline of the sandstone here. It's what I usually do just so that I don't have to keep running into the sandstone every time. You know, it takes a little more time now, but it's kind of nice not to have to be like, oh darn, I ran into sandstone, and change your path every time. So I usually just do an outline like this, and then I'll just, since this is such a small area and that is still a big area over there, I'll just go now and I'll dig up all this sand. Except I hate holes because I fall in them all the time. So if I accidentally make a hole, I just fill it in and keep going. So this is about it for the video that I was planning on making today. So I got some sand, and I'll run back right now and throw this through the smelter. But I think I'm going to end this video and pick that up in another one. So that'll be at the beginning of the next one for you. Thanks for watching, and I will be back again. Thank you.